Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's Wednesday, February 8th, 2017. This evening, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, will be the 23rd episode of the Gematria Effect. That's my new radio program on Truth Frequency Radio that airs every Wednesday at the same time. If you've never listened to the show before, it is a caller-friendly show. And personally, I think the best part about the show are the people who call in. There's many brilliant minds who call in each week. Some of the regular callers are a lot more intelligent than me. And when they speak, it's just a treasure to listen to. If you've never called the show before, I always appreciate when there's new callers, especially when they're my critics and they're asking good questions or trying to make valid points. My critics are always welcome to call in. The show number is 866-37-TRUTH. Tonight when I'm speaking, I'm going to be further educating people about the rigged world of professional sports and how the sports are scripted in accordance with what's going on in the very rigged mainstream news. As I was saying before this Super Bowl even played, it was going to be a tribute to Donald Trump and the Jesuit order. And lo and behold, right before the Super Bowl, we got the first Jesuit pope to give a speech about Super Bowl 51. The speech is 51 seconds long, and the pope was born 51 days. Well, his birthday was 51 days before Super Bowl 51, plus a whole lot more. So we're going to be talking about all these things tonight on the show. Just for a little preview, I'm going to share with you a little more knowledge I just uncovered on top of all of the rigging I've already exposed since the Super Bowl was played and even before it. Here's the new information that I have not shared with you yet. We're going to talk about all this and more on the show tonight. Earlier this year, I put out a video on the Simpsons cartoon episode The Town, which debuted the same day Tom Brady came back from his 4-game suspension. The Simpsons cartoon The Town was about Boston, the New England Patriots, and Tom Brady. In the episode, they called them the Americans. What's comical is that was season 28, episode 3. The Patriots just came back from 28-3, a record comeback in a Super Bowl, in any championship game in the NFL. AFC Championship, NFC Championship, Super Bowl. Record 25-point comeback. Of course, I was talking about the significance of 25 even before the Super Bowl was played. Two funny things about the Jesuits. We have the Jesuit president, Donald Trump. We have the first Jesuit pope. The word pope equals 25. The name Trump equals 25. This was the 97th season of the NFL. 97's the 25th prime number. The AFC won its 25th Super Bowl on 2/5, and Tom Brady won his 25th playoff game and his 34th total playoff game, winning with 34 points. All things I talked about before the game. Further proof that my work's undeniable. But look at this. Simpsons, season 28, episode 3, 28-3 comeback. This episode came out 119 days before the Super Bowl. That special number, Donald equals 119, announced as the president on November 9th. 88 days before the Super Bowl, Trump equals 88. The winning touchdown was supposed to go to Martellus Bennett, but he couldn't haul it in, number 88. He's now protesting his White House visit. 119 days, though. All-Seeing Eye equals 119. Star of David, 119. Master Plan, 119. Springfield equals 119, the town that The Simpsons is set in. They changed the name of Gronkowski to, I think it was Bronkowski, whatever they changed it to. Oh, it was Bonkowski. Bonkowski equals 119, character in the episode. Notice Tom Brady in Gematria equals 98. They got another 98 over here. Next year is going to be the 98th season of the NFL. The Super Bowl is going to be played on the 35th day of the year. Tom Brady equals 98 the big way, 35 the small way. In this most recent Super Bowl, he had 62 passing attempts. The score was 34-28, a sum of 62 points. He has a chance to become 6-2 in Super Bowls next season in Minnesota, where Prince died on the Queen of England's birthday. Prince was 57. The Patriots were in their 57th season. 57, our Super Bowl number. Next year, the Patriots will be in their 58th season. Purple Rain equals 58. Think about purple, the royal family, Prince dying on the Queen's birthday of England, New England going on to win the Super Bowl. This is how it is, Truth Seeker. This is how the show goes on. And I said it from the day Prince died that his death was going to be connected to the Super Bowl. He died on the 112th day of the year. The Super Bowl was in Houston, which equals 112. His last performance was in Atlanta. Matt Ryan, the QB of Atlanta. Matt Ryan equals 112, one of only 2 QBs to have 112 name gematria. I won't be surprised at all if we see Tom Brady going 6-2 in Super Bowls in Minnesota next year. If not next year, it'll be the year after. I bet you Tom Brady plays at least 2 more seasons, possibly 3, and he is going to finish 6-2. It's what the 62 attempts foreshadowed. Oh, by the way, the word queen equals 62. The queen is Elizabeth. Elizabeth equals 88 like Trump. Donald Trump came out to queen. We are the champions 88 days after Queen Elizabeth's birthday, the day Prince died. The word purple's 88, Elizabeth's 88, Trump's 88. Tom Brady's got 88 birth numerology. Anyhow, that's just part of what we're going to talk about. Look at this. I already talked about Paul Pierce, the significance of him playing his last game in Boston just before the Super Bowl. And before this game was even played, I wrote on my blog why I thought Super Bowl 51 was going to be the first to go to overtime. Guess what? It was also foreshadowed in this Celtics game played just before the Super Bowl. Celtics got their 33rd win in their 51st game of the season, played just before Super Bowl 51. 33rd win. Tom Brady came in with 33 playoff starts. Look at this. The number 107, which the Celtics won with, is the 28th prime number. The game was 28-28 when number 28, White, ran the ball in the end zone to defeat the Falcons. And just like I pointed out last year, there was racism symbolism in the Broncos defeating the Black Panthers. The white Bronco, the Black Panther. If you missed all of what I showed last year, why the Super Bowl would be Broncos over Panthers from November on, go back and check it out. This year it was White defeating the Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta, a black city. Again, the racist symbolism. 107, the 28th prime, just think about it. The word overtime equals 107. You know, I keep telling you guys, every single sports game is scripted to the point. This is sports theater. This is why these guys are paid millions of dollars to keep the secrets in. For all of you who can't figure out why they don't spill the beans, it's common sense. These people are paid more in a season than you're going to make in the rest of your life just to play sports. Why do you think they're paid so much? You know, it's not about pride. It's about money, celebrity, fame, power. So anyhow, Celtics got their 33rd win, 107 the 28th prime, 28 and 33 special numbers. The 2 numbers when you write out, they sum to 156. Another special number I don't want to get into. Notice when you write out 28, it sums to 57. This was the Patriots' 57th season. Number 28 wins with the rushing touchdown at the end. When you write out 57, it sums to the same thing as championship, the same thing as Super Bowl. We see it again and again and again with 57 in these sports championship games. It's the championship number. Patriots won with 34. Tom Brady, his 34th playoff game. Paul Pierce before the game, number 34, playing his last game in Boston. Paul Pierce was drafted 10th overall in 1998. Tom Brady, 98. When you write out 10, it sums to 39, like NRG, where Super Bowl 51 was. Paul Pierce's nickname is The Truth, which equals 39. He's 39 years old, just like Brady. The name Paul Pierce, the same gematria as prophecy, syncing up oh so well with Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, look at him, born in 52 on the 106th day of the year. Numbers of prophecy, numbers coded into Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce had the 119 birth numerology. Now here's a really good one. George H.W. Bush came out and did the coin toss. And who wants to see this old piece of shit, huh? 41st president. His son was the governor in Texas. His crackhead son who became the 43rd president. Look at this. Let me show you why George H.W. Bush was chosen to do the coin toss for Super Bowl 51. He was the 41st president. Number 41, member of Skull and Bones at Yale. Skull and Bones 41, Super Bowl 41, USA 41. 41's the 13th prime. Skull and Bones identifies by the number 322. The Patriots with Belichick and Brady won 3 straight Super Bowls, lost 2 straight, now have won 2 more. 322, like the number of Skull and Bones. Look at the name George Herbert Walker Bush, 118, Patriots 118. I put out a video on January 18th saying, you guys, the Patriots are winning this Super Bowl. We can see it through the ref again. Carl Sheffers, number 51, announced as the head referee on January 18th. And I said then, here's another tribute to the Patriots. It's going to be amazing if they don't win this Super Bowl. George Herbert Walker Bush, 118, just like Patriots. You see how they do this? This is how they operate. You know what else I just noticed? I got to show you something that I just realized and noticed in real time. There's one point I forgot up here. There's a connection between 41 and 118 just using the alphabetic order. If you use A as 1, B as 2, C as 3, up to Z as 26, and you write out 41, sums to 118. Almost forgot that. So George Herbert Walker Bush, number 41. Now we further know why he was number 41. His name gematria connects to the presidency, like it connects to Patriots. 41, the 13th prime number. When you write out 13, it sums to the same thing as New England, 45 and 99. Remember, the Falcons were in the Super Bowl in 99. They lost to the Broncos that year. Now the Panthers and Broncos have both lost to the Patriots. The Panthers and Falcons have now both lost to the Broncos and Patriots. Symbolism. The white Bronco, the white Patriots. Beating up on black cities. You see how it goes? So here's George Herbert Walker Bush. There's even more to why he was chosen. From his last birthday to the Super Bowl was 239 days, which is the 52nd prime number. We just talked about 52, the prophecy number. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady became 5-2 in Super Bowls on February 5th, a date that can be written 5/2. To his upcoming 93rd birthday, the very special number, when he was vice president to Reagan, Reagan would go on to die at age 93. The number for Saturn, the keeper of time. I'm imagining Bush is going to die at age 93. He'll be 93 when Super Bowl 52 rolls around. I have a feeling Brady's going to be in Super Bowl 52. Unless we can get the word out and end these rigged sports leagues. All you Atlanta fans, all of you fans, stop being a fan. In truth, you need to take out the N and sub in a G. Because what you are is a group of people that like getting fucked in your ass, truly. And I don't really care if you're homosexual, but I do care if you support getting fucked in your ass by a gang that hates you and wants to do nothing but abuse you, take advantage of you, mock you, take away your time, exploit your wealth. Think about how families have to pay up their whole month's paycheck just to go watch one of these rigged sports games. What a joke. Stop spending your money on these bullshit leagues, giving it to these Zionist pricks. That's the message. Now here's the other part. From the Super Bowl to his upcoming 93rd birthday is 127 days. And why does that matter? Because it's the 31st prime. We just saw the Patriots score 31 unanswered points. I've been explaining all year how 31 is one of the big numbers on the Super Bowl. Houston 31, Matt Ryan equals 31, who was 31 years old. This was HW doing the coin toss. Notice HW's 13 and 31. George H.W. Bush. I also noticed something about coin toss and President of the United States. Isn't that interesting? Coin toss. If you do the S exceptions on coin toss, it's 51. But as we know, there's always a coin toss. So we'll just say that's a coincidence. But it is interesting that coin toss has the same gematria as President of the United States. So here's another thing I haven't shared with you that we could have talked about. For all of you who think the numbers are bullshit and the games aren't rigged, well, you're just a fucking retard. And let me explain it to you in terms that I know you'll understand. You see, the game was over when Julio Jones made his big catch. The Falcons had already won the Super Bowl, or they would have if the games weren't rigged. You know, if the games weren't rigged, Dan Quinn would already be out on his ass along with all the rest of the coaches on the Falcons, because clearly they're fucking retarded. The Falcons had the ball at the Patriots' 22-yard line with an 8-point lead with hardly any time left on the clock. You know what? First and 10 on the Patriots 22 with a chip shot field goal to make it a 2-score game with hardly any time left. How do you lose in that situation? You can't. You cannot lose in that situation if you're playing to win. Because you know what you do? You just run the ball. You don't even need to gain a yard. You just run to not lose any distance. Maybe get a few more yards. Keep the ball in the center of the field. Take the time off the clock. Make the Patriots use their timeouts. That's how the game would have been played at the end if it was a real competition, if it wasn't sports theater. But what happened once it was 1st and 10 at the 22? Well, they ran the ball, and it became 2nd and 11. Not a big deal. They lost a yard. Time's running. But then what did they do? Oh, then they dropped back to pass and took a big sack. Then it was 3rd and 23. Loss of 12 on that play. What are you doing throwing the ball when you're already in field goal range with a chance to make it a 2-score game? Huh? You got one of the best field goal kickers in the league. What are you doing? 2-score game with that much time? The game's over. Joe Buck, the cocksucker, even said, the game was pretty much over. Joe Buck loves to mock the audience. So, what happened then? It was 3rd and 23. Then they got a gain, but then what happened? The Zebras threw out the penalty. The Zebras can call a penalty anytime they want. They always overlook holding, or they'll call it when they need to. But anyway, then it made it 3rd and 33. And then the camera went right to Tom Brady. 3rd and 33, that number. Then Matt Ryan threw a perfectly shit pass on purpose. He could have gained some yards, but he just threw a shit ball straight out of bounds, so no gain. Here it was, 3rd and 33 at the 45-yard line. Let's not forget it was at the 45. New England equals 45, 3rd and 33 at the 45. Tribute to the 45th president, who all he could do on January 19th was gloat about the New England Patriots and how his kids married smart by marrying into Jewish families. Let's not forget that both owners of the Patriots and Falcons are Jewish. Not a coincidence. This gematria thing's a Jewish thing. So anyway, here we are at the 45, 3rd and 33. As I continue to say, these games are scripted to the point, to the stat line, to the hash mark. I don't know why you guys continue to argue with me. It's undeniable. 3rd and 33 at the 45, after the game should have already been over. So then he throws a shit ball, making it 4th and 33, which was a beautiful tribute to the Jesuit order. 433 is the 84th prime. Jesuit equals 84. Arthur Blank, the owner of the Falcons, has the Jesuit order's birthday, which came 131 days before this Super Bowl. Super Bowl 131. Look at the coordinates for Atlanta. 84th meridian, 33rd parallel, numbers of the Vatican, the Jesuits, the Catholic Church. You see how this is all done? It's all symbolic. Number 5, punting it off so Brady can win his 5th ring. It is all planned to this extent because all of these people's careers are foretold before they even take the field. Your next 10 Super Bowls, your next 50 Super Bowls, as far as this bullshit's going to go on, it's all scripted out already. When a team's going to move cities, the next team to switch cities, it's already all scripted out. It's all planned. That's why the team went back to LA this year. They brought back a new stadium for the 97th season, the Coliseum. I'll just show you what the word Coliseum equals. Coliseum, 97. Bringing it back for the 97th season. Now they're opening the new Falcons Stadium, which equals 98, for the 98th season. You see? Some fucking retards watching right now calling it a coincidence. Please call in tonight, you fucking retards. None of you have the balls to call into my show and talk to me, but you'll all talk shit online. Remember what I said about the word fans. You guys are the sub in the G, remove the N. So here's what everyone's tripping out about. No way was that Julian Edelman play scripted. Oh yeah, it was. Because if it wasn't scripted, the Falcons would have won again. The same player who ran the 82-yard interception pick six back, and let me just show you what's up with that 82-yard pick six that was all part of the script. New England Patriots 82. The same player who ran that back had his hands up and he had the ball go right through his hands. He could have intercepted it to win the game again for the Falcons. But you can just see he volleys it up. And he knows right where he is. It's probably a scripted play that the two teams practiced together all week. Julian Edelman was right next to him. He volleyed the ball up. Guess what happens when you volley a ball up? It's not that hard to catch. Julian Edelman was right there. That play was scripted. And even if they didn't pull it off, it doesn't matter. Next play, they'll just leave Tom Brady's receiver wide open and get the same gain, probably for the same distance. It was 1st and 10. It was inconsequential if it didn't get pulled off. I guarantee you that play was scripted. How else doesn't the $1 million defensive player intercept the ball? Why'd he volley it up? Look at the way, go watch the replay. He volleys it up instead of catching the ball. Then Edelman catches it. You guys are just so easily deceived. It's pathetic. But before that play, before it even happened, I said to my girlfriend, I said, watch, this play is going to be symbolic right here because I caught it. 20-28 with 2:28 on the clock stopped. Guess what? That's the number for United States of America, as is 84, the Jesuit, Zionist, Masonic, Jewish states that we live in. You see? 20, lose the 0, it doesn't count in numerology. 2-28 was pretty much the score with 2:28 left. Then came your volley play that blew the minds of the average sheeple. Speaking of sheeple, look at this bullshit. Why Rob Dyrdek's Super Bowl prediction basically makes him Nostradamus. No, it just makes him another cocksucker on the TV. This guy didn't have any prediction. He just read what it said off the teleprompter. He predicted the Patriots would win 34-27. 34-27. Look at his name. This is his name, Rob Dyrdek. Robert Stanley Dyrdek, which equals what? Oh, it equals 97. The 97th season of the NFL. You see? This is why he was chosen for this bullshit story. His name also has the same gematria as Donald Trump, what he goes by. Rob also has a sync with Tom Brady. There's a reason that this doofus was chosen. This is how it really goes, people. See, the sheeple, they just love this stuff. The sheeple who come here and hate on my work, they probably just think Rob Dyrdek's so amazing. It's because they're fucking retards. And again, if any of you fucking retards call in tonight, just remember, I have to talk nice to you on the radio program, and you can't cuss either. But if you guys want to call in and try to defend yourselves and explain why you think this is all bunk and pro sports aren't rigged, please call in. Hopefully I can wake you up. Also, there was Marshawn Lynch tweeting this at the end of the football game. Again, just as a reminder, because it's important, the Patriots won Super Bowl 49 over the Seahawks, another bird. Seahawks, Falcons, they've also beat the Eagles. Remember, when Marshawn Lynch didn't get the ball at the end of Super Bowl 49 at the 1-yard line and instead an interception was thrown by the Seahawks, this is what happened. The date was February 1st, 2/1. The down was 2nd and 1 or 2nd and goal. Instead of running the ball, as the Seahawks had all season, they'd never thrown the ball at the goal line. Russell Wilson threw his 21st pass of the game, 2/1, 2nd and 1, 21st pass, which was intercepted by number 21 on the Patriots with 21 seconds left. Now, their next Super Bowl 2 years later, on February 5th, 2/5, they have the record 25-point comeback. Tom Brady gets his 25th playoff win. The AFC gets its 25th Super Bowl. It's a tribute to Trump and the Pope. Trump equals 25, Pope 25. It was the 97th season of the NFL. 97 is the 25th prime. It's not hard to see, people. It's not hard to see at all. So tune in tonight. All of you who run your mouths, the people who call me all the names, all of you fucking losers and retards, and I'll call the names right back. And when I call the names, you see it's accurate, because that's what you guys are. You're fucking losers and you're fucking retards. Tonight, you can call in and defend yourself instead of talking shit. But remember, you can't cuss, and we can't get in a fight on the radio, But I do just want to hear you guys who all mouth off and write all this bullshit. I want you to call in and defend yourself on how these games aren't scripted and why I'm wrong. That's what I want to hear.